Today I want to talk about leadership. Leadership, it's such an important thing. We really need leadership. We have such a beautiful, beautiful faith that has so much guidance so that we can make the world a better place and so that we can make ourselves better people. And we know that everybody has so much potential, but how can we unleash our potential and the potential of everyone around us? Leadership is all about that. It's all about empowering people to serve more, to be better, to do great things, to change the world, basically, for better. I just wanted to share with you what I found on the writings. I didn't find many quotes that were specifically about leadership and leaders, but everything in the writings is supposed to make us a leader. So I just compiled a bunch of beautiful things and I want to share with you on 33 ways that you can be a great leader. So here we go. How to be a great leader. I think it was Gandhi that said that the first quality of great leadership is the capacity to use the energy and the power of its followers. Is your capacity to unleash the potential that everyone around you has. That is what makes a great leader. The first characteristic is to, first of all, realize what beautiful qualities your followers have and how you can put them to use, for greatness. So that is characteristic number 1, empowering others. Characteristic number 2, have noble ambitions. You can be a great leader for many different things. Hitler was a great leader. Amazing. What he did was amazing, like excellent leadership skills. But he used it for destruction. Don't use your leadership skills for destruction. Use it for the progress of humanity. Use it for love and service and unity. So Abdu'l-Baha says that our ambition should be to make this world, this earth, like a heavenly civilization. So just think about that. That should be the purpose of your great leadership skills. Now let's go to number 3. So everyone knows this and it is so true. We must lead by example. If we don't lead by example, our words are as empty calories. We need to lead by example. Our actions speak louder than our words. The next characteristic of a great leader is leading with love. We all know that nobody, you can't change anyone. You can't force anyone to do something. You just can't, and if you do, it's not leadership, it's just bossing around or dictatorship. Leadership requires love. Even the manifestation of God, even God himself, he knows about the free will of people. He knows that, God can, but he chooses not to because he knows the best way of doing things is to inspire people to act through love. Lead with love, always. Love is stronger than force. Always, 100%, there's no doubt about that. The next important characteristic is to have faith. Just like Shuggy Effendi said, you have to act as though everything has been answered. So your prayers, imagine everything has been answered and you know that whatever you're doing, you're going to achieve your results. You have to have the faith. If you don't have faith that you can achieve something, your followers won't believe that you can achieve something. So you can't convince anyone. Nobody's going to do anything because nobody's going to even have the willpower of getting up and doing something because they're not sure that they can do it. They're not sure that you can do it. So why bother, Have certainty, have faith in God, have faith that God will help you because, we're not strong enough. We don't have to have faith in ourselves because we know we're weak, we know we're flawed, we know we're not perfect. We know also that God will always help us when we arise to serve. We know that as a fact. So have faith, God will help you, and if you have a lot of faith, your followers will have faith in your message and whatever you're trying to do, and that is how everybody's going to rise up and follow you but serve as well. So have faith. Another very important characteristic of a leader is humbleness. You have to be humble. It's just like Abdu'l-Baha says, if you want eternal and everlasting glory, you have to be humble. Be humble. Just remember that. You're not better than anyone else. There's also this beautiful thing, I don't remember where I saw it, but it's in relationship to the institutions of the faith, that people in higher ranks in the institution, which it's not really in a rank or anything, but you know, those people like the Universal House of Justice, the members from the House of Justice, they're not above us. They are the servants of the servants. That is their station. So as a leader, you should be the servant of your servants, if that makes sense, you know? Nobody is your servant anyways, but that's that's the idea of it. You're not above them. Everybody's working together, and even better, you are their servant. So you serve them in becoming their greatest version. So beautiful. The next thing that we must remember if we want to be great leaders is that we have to do the right thing. Even Oprah says that in one of her speeches, and I think it's just awesome. You know you have to do the right thing no matter what. Do the right thing. And Abdul Baha says that if you do something good or if you do something bad in your action or in your inaction, God will be there helping you. So choose to do the right thing, because then God will help you to do the right thing. And let's be honest that that's the right thing to do. There's no other thing that I can explain. It's just the right thing. Just do the right thing. Another very, very important characteristic of a leader is striving for capacity. We must strive for capacity in ourselves and in our followers. Because just how Abdul Baha says, it can rain for years and years and years in an infertile soil and nothing will grow out of it. So we have to focus on fertilizing our soils, you know, doing whatever we can do so that the water can nourish us. Do that for yourself, do that for others. You have to be open to goodness in order to goodness to come to you and come through you. Awesome? Awesome. Another awesome characteristic of every great leader is to see the opportunity in every problem. And Shuggy Effendi says it beautiful. He says, all the turmoil, all the problems, all the devastating things from this time, they are the best opportunities for us to show the power of this faith. In this case, he's talking about the Baha'i faith, but you can use this in whatever endeavor you're trying to be a leader in. You can see everything that is bad is just such a huge opportunity for you to show what is right. So awesome. And to show the power of what is right and what is good and the power of what you're trying to do. So I just think that is amazing, and it is so true. Every problem is an opportunity. Another characteristic that expresses the greatness of a leader is his bravery. So be brave. As Shuggy Effendi says, there is no time to lose. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is happening at the right time, at the right moment. You are in the right time, in the right moment. God put you right here, right now for a reason. So there is no time to lose. You have to be brave. Whatever circumstances you're in, those are the perfect circumstances for you to thrive. You just have to be sure of that for you and your followers to thrive. So be brave and trust God. You're gonna be fine. Just go do it, no matter what. And also I just want to remind you that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage, it only exists because of fear. It is because you fear that you are courageous. For example, you don't need courage to open a banana because it's not scary. But if it was something scary, you'd need the courage. So you don't have to be afraid of it. It's just that your courage has to be bigger and stronger than your fear. And if your motives, if your why is strong enough, you can achieve anything. I think there's this talk from Simon Sinek, something like that. He did a TED talk on leadership. It is an amazing talk, and he talks about how great leaders inspire action because they know their why. If you know why you're doing what you're doing, you can do whatever it takes. And you can inspire others to do what you're trying to make them do because they understand the reason, the why, and they're inspired by the why. So have an inspiring why. You can do whatever it takes. You can be brave, and you know, sometimes your own needs won't even matter. Your own comfort won't even matter because your why is so strong. So make sure you have a great why and be brave. The next characteristic of a great leader is to forget your weaknesses. You can know that they exist, but you don't have to be stuck with them. You can go beyond them. So look for your strengths, forget your weaknesses, and even though you have weaknesses, don't worry, because there is a promise in the writings that says that when you arise to serve, God will help you. Regardless of your weaknesses, He will strengthen you. He will make you able to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. So be certain about that. Also, another very, very important thing that all great leaders have is that they think big. As the Universal House of Justice says, justice requires universal participation. Just think about that and find ways to make whatever your endeavor is universal and in a way that it impacts humanity. Another characteristic of great leaders is that they incentivize growth, not only in themselves but in their followers. So incentivize that your followers learn more and do more, reflect more, incentivize them to realize where they can get better and show them that they have so much potential. Show them their potential. That's the best thing you can do. Show them that there's so much out there for them. That's what great leaders do. Now, this is awesome, and it is a super awesome thing that all great leaders should do, and it is to forget fear. And the Universal House of Justice says it perfectly. They say that there is no place for fear of failure. Failure doesn't even exist anyways. It's only a learning experience. So forget fear, failure, throw the fear of failure out the window. Just go. Just do it. Another characteristic of great leaders is that they know they have to be nice. They know that love and unity and encouragement are far better than imposition and threat. And even the House of Justice says that. Be nice, you know. Love is the greatest teacher. Now, there's this other thing that the Universal House of Justice talked about, and I thought it was amazing. And it's going to be in the website together with all the other quotes. But this quote, I think all leaders should read, and it is talking about how we should avoid over-controlling the friends and the followers. Don't over-control anything. Don't create rigid rules for everything that goes wrong, you know. Forget that. Allow mistakes. And when you allow mistakes, you allow also that people are more responsible, more creative. You empower people when you allow mistakes. So it's a great quote. It is in the website together with all the quotes that I'm using to make this video. So definitely check that quote out. Another thing that Shoghi Effendi reminds us when we want to empower people to take action and want to lead people towards action is that we should focus on encouragement rather than on blame. So don't blame anyone if they're doing something wrong or if they're not doing something. You know, if they're inactive, don't blame them. Encourage them, you know. Encouragement and love, again, always being nice, and encouragement and love, it's all together. They work wonders, and blame will only focus on the bad things, and then the bad things will grow. And if you focus on good things grow. And also, as leaders, we always have to face problems. All great leaders face problems, and the solution is always to focus on love and unity. There are a gazillion quotes and examples and stories for this, even with Gandhi, even with so many people, Martin Luther King, everyone. Another great thing that makes leaders great is their ability to work together, to know that they're not better than anyone else, and yes, that they're part of a body. For example, if they're head, then their followers can be the hands and the legs and the heart, you know, or maybe their heart and then the followers, you know, you see what I mean? Everybody is crucial at doing something. Together you create greatness. Because leadership is not about being great by yourself. Great leaders, they're not great because they are great. They're great because they lead everyone towards greatness. Another beautiful thing that Abdul Baha would advise you, and that also it is such an important characteristic for all great leaders, is to focus on the end goal. And Abdul Baha says it beautifully. He says that if you focus on the tininess, the smallness of the seed, you won't be that empowered to act. You won't have that excitement, that willpower, that motivation to know that whatever you're doing is possible. But if you constantly remember that you're working towards the tree, the huge, big, beautiful tree that will generate such beautiful fruits, that will inspire you, that will motivate you. So look at the end goal. Look at the tree, not the seed. Another characteristic of great leaders is how enthusiastic they are and dedicated. And there's this amazing quote from Sheikh Effendi that I'm even gonna read for you because it is just so amazing that you can't deny how important enthusiasm and dedication is. So just listen. He says, when the individual arrives with enthusiasm, with full dedication and consecration, and allows nothing to deter him, then results will be achieved. So beautiful. And it is a promise. He's saying, oh, then maybe the results will achieve. He's like, no, then results will be achieved. The end. Awesome, right? Another great characteristic of great leaders is how they encourage diversity. They know the beauty and potential that lies in like many different people. And you see this with great leaders of this day and age as well. If you look at Google, for example, and what they do there, they allow for, they open the space for so much diversity. So many crazy ideas coming from so many different types of people, coming from such different walks of lives. They have young people, old people, everything. And it's just how Sheikh Effendi says that, you know, like for example with the faith, we need the wisdom and the knowledge of the elders, but we also need the enthusiasm and the courage of the youth. So, you know, encourage the diversity. And Sheikh Effendi even says that when all these characteristics are combined, great results will be achieved. Great results from great leaders doing great things with great people from all walks of life. Beautiful, awesome. The full quote is in the website, don't worry. Another characteristic of great leaders, and this is obvious, so beautiful, but also such a powerful, strong statement, is how the Universal House of Justice says that in everything we do, we should strive for a standard of excellence. For example, today I was listening to this talk from Oprah and how she was saying that, you know, people said, oh, you have such a great brand. And she was like, I wasn't trying to create a brand, I was just trying to be excellent. And then being excellent became her brand. So if you can be excellent in whatever you do, you're going to be irreplaceable. And great leaders are irreplaceable because they do excellent things. So always remember, strive for excellence. I think that is awesome. I think we should all strive for excellence. Can you imagine if every single person strived for excellence? The world would just be like in a whole nother level. It would just be awesome. Also, another great characteristic of great leaders is having pure intentions. If you have pure intentions, your level of influence grows so much more because we can sense when people don't want the best for us. We can sense when people are lying. We can sense when people are not good people. We don't want to associate ourselves with these people. We don't want to listen to these people. But if we see pure intentions, if we see the spark in your eye, if we see that what you're trying to do is really good for you, for others, for humanity, if we see that, we are inspired by that. And great leaders inspire action. And you can only inspire people if they know that you're doing the right thing. So have pure intentions, always. Another thing that great leaders always strive to do is pave the way. And Sheikh Effendi, he says it in such a beautiful way. He says that in the future, when everything is much, much better, because that is the tendency. The tendency is progress. When we look back, we're going to look back at all these people that rose up and led the way, paved the way in such turmoil and such hard situations. And those people are going to be the examples to humanity. Just like we look back to Gandhi and we're like, oh my gosh, and it was so hard in their time. And look at us now, and we're so thankful for them because everything is just how it is now because of them. So pave the way. Great leaders, there isn't a road for them to follow. They are following their heart, what they think is right. They're seeing the problems in the world and they're looking for the solution, and that is what is paving the way. The future will thank you. Also, great leaders make their mark. And I was very excited when I read the Universal House of Justice saying that time goes very fast and you need to make your mark right now because the opportunity will not come back. Great leaders, they know that. So make your mark right now. There is no time to lose, as Sheikh Effendi said. Make your mark, not anyone else's mark, your mark. You came here, you have your own characteristics, your own gifts. Find ways that you can help others to leave their mark on this planet because that's what leadership is all about. So, make your mark. And also, besides making your mark, shine your light. As Abdul Baha would say, you have a light within you. Light it up so that others can see the light and follow it and be inspired to light their lights up. Also, this is a hard one, and it can be very frustrating when you're trying to lead people to do the right thing and you want everything to be perfect and good, and things are just not going your way because everybody has their own weaknesses. It's not only your weaknesses that you can't pay attention to. You need to also forget the weaknesses of others and focus on their positive qualities. Because don't forget what Abdul Baha said, if a person has 10 bad qualities and one good quality, you need to look at the one good quality. And if he has 10 good qualities and one bad quality, just look at the good qualities as well. Don't judge. Great leaders, they don't judge. Judging people will not inspire action. How do you feel when you are judged? You just feel like closing yourself in your own room, your own space, and closing the world away. You don't want the judgment. You want the encouragement. So encourage others. Focus on their good qualities. Just like I said in the beginning, where focus goes, energy flows, and where focus goes, everything grows. Also, I'm doing this video about great leadership and great leaders, but you don't have to compare yourself to the great leaders of the world. You don't. Great leaders, their only focus is to do their part. So do your part. How do you feel you can be a positive protagonist in this scheme of life? No matter how big or how small, as the Universal House of Justice says, you have to leave your mark and do your part. Another great leadership skill from the great leaders is to have a vision. You know that, of course. You wouldn't be striving to be a great leader if you didn't have a vision. But we have to remember, just like I think it was Baha'u'llah who said it, let your vision be world-embracing. Just how I said in the beginning, think big. World-embracing vision. It is so beautiful, so true, so empowering for us to know that we should be having a world-embracing vision and that we are able to have a world-embracing vision. And so amazing. Have a world-embracing vision. Another great characteristic of great leaders is being positive. Be positive. Just how Sheikh Effendi says, turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. I think that is such a beautiful, powerful quote. I'm just going to leave it as is because if you reflect about it, it is super empowering. And if it can empower you, it can empower others. So be positive with your stumbling blocks and be positive with the stumbling blocks of others. Your weaknesses are your greatest blessings. And everything happens for a reason, and every suffering has a wisdom and a meaning. All those beautiful things. Just remember, be positive. I am almost done with all the beautiful characteristics of great leaders. I think they are 33 in total. So if you're still here, thank you so much for not leaving me talking to myself alone. And almost last, I think this is the second to last, is this characteristic which is super important, and it is to be confident. And Abdul Baha says this, and it is so true, and Sheikh Effendi says this. And Sheikh Effendi even adds that you have the strength and the power of such a strong faith. You carry such a beautiful, strong, powerful faith with you. You have such amazing knowledge, such amazing wisdom and guidance. You have God protecting you, God helping you. You have a host of angels of God helping you, supporting you, guiding you. You have absolutely no reason to be negative. And Sheikh Effendi says this. He is saying this to you, to everyone. You cannot be negative. There is no space for negativity. You have to be confident that everything will turn out right. That little seed will become that huge tree that will generate great fruits for humanity. Be confident about that. And last but not least, of the great characteristics of all leaders, every single leader, is action. Action. Without action, you will never be a great leader. If you don't act, you're only pouring out words. The world doesn't need more words. We need actions. Great leaders inspire action. Action. That's it. You need to act in order to inspire others to act. That is it, basically. And Baha'u'llah says it perfectly. He says that all the potential that lies within you is useless. It doesn't serve any purpose if you don't act on it out of your own volition. So act. That is the only thing that great leaders have to do, just act. So yes guys, this was a very long video with a lot of characteristics and virtues and awesome quotes and amazing things for you to become a great leader. I want so badly for you to become a great leader, you, everyone, because just think about it for a second. We have the solution for every single ill in this planet. Everything that you see in the news that breaks your heart, everything that you see in the streets that breaks your heart, every conversation that you hear that breaks your heart, every devastating fact that happens in the planet that breaks your heart. You have the solution for all of that. You, yourself. If you're hearing this video right now, you know about the Baha'i faith. You know how powerful it is. You know how strong it is. We, as Baha'is, we have a duty to be great leaders. Because if we are not leading the way of humanity for this great change that we are able of providing to the planet, then who will? Nobody else will. So please share this video with whomever you know that can use this to become great leaders. You see their spark in their eyes when they talk about changing the planet. Share this video with them. Remind them that God is here to help them. Remind them that they can have confidence. Remind them to think big. Remind them to act. Remind them all the beautiful things that you heard here in this video. And I really do hope that you can go to the website and read the quotes. This was just me trying to summarize the quotes and make it easier, like a conversation, like you guys are my friends. We're just talking about it. But there's so much power in the writings. Go to the website. All the quotes will be there. Read the writings. Let the writings inspire you. Sometimes I'm reading the writings and just like this spark shines inside my heart. And it's just like, oh my God, there's so much to do. And it just keeps me going. So I really do hope that at least one or a gazillion people become great leaders, and especially if we are truly following Baha'u'llah's message or not, if we just have the pure intentions, and if we're following our hearts and what we think it's right, and if we do everything with love and unity and encouragement, you can't go wrong. It's the recipe for success, my dear friend. This right here, goosebumps. This right here is the recipe for success, for great leaders, for the betterment of the world. And I know I probably made a lot of mistakes in my speech, and I know that I probably said a few things wrong, and some of it might be my interpretation of the writings. Probably everything here is my interpretation of the writings, and that is all flawed. But if you see what is creating this conversation right here, right now, you see that the source is so pure, so beautiful. Baha'u'llah, Shaykh Effendi, Abdul Baha, the Universal House of Justice, is just such a pure source. So pure, so beautiful, so powerful source, such powerful information. So think about this, focus on this. Think about how you can become a leader in your life, to lead social action, social change, to help your community, help your friends, help your loved ones, help yourself. Be inspiring. Be inspiring. You can inspire so many people with this potential that you have inside of you. Use your talents to serve. And you know, not many people see my videos yet, but you know, I hope one day at least one person can see this video, and then this person can become like the next Gandhi. Oh my God, mission accomplished. I can die happy. So yes, this person could be you, or the friend that you're going to share this with. So don't forget to share this with your loved ones. Leave a comment down below, spreading the love if you want, so that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Again, the quotes will be linked in the description below. And that's it. Until the next video. Bye bye. Much love.